today we are making everyone's favorite fried chicken wings. Korean fried chicken wings. Ooh, so yummy. And I'm going to show you how to make a simple batter to make it extra crispy. And I'm also going to show you how to make two different sauces. So one is the non-spicy, garlicky, tangy, and just finger-looking good yum. And the second one is that plus spicy. Yup, spicy, tangy, garlicky, slightly sweet. And guess what? I don't use a lot of sugar either, but it's still sweet tasting. And a bonus recipe, turning the excess sauce after you toss the wings into French fries coated in this delicious sauce. I know, you've never had this before? Well, now you can. Cheers! And it's so moist. Oh, and the sauce is just, oh. I just want to lick my finger like on camera, but I won't do it. Hi everyone, this is Helen and welcome to Modern Pepper. 안녕하세요, Modern Pepper의 헬렌입니다. Modern Pepper is a Korean cooking channel that offers instructional Korean cooking lessons for authentic Korean recipes as well as Korean fusion recipes. So please do consider subscribing. 맛있는 한식 요리와 한식 퓨전 요리를 여러분들과 영어로 함께 하겠습니다. 구독 버튼 꼭 눌러주세요. So today's fried chicken wing recipe is for 24 chicken wings. Alright, we're going to put this aside. And first we're going to start with 1 cup of cornstarch. So you want to continue mixing until the cornstarch looks wet and sticky on the chicken wings, like this. And we're going to let these rest for about a good 10 minutes while we fire up the frying oil. So when you add this in, you want to drop it in like 2/3 and then let go. When you add your chicken, if it doesn't make the sizzling sound and there's no bubbles surrounding your chicken, that means your oil temperature was definitely not ready to be fried. So it needs to be heated longer. When it comes to frying, one, you don't want to overcrowd your pot. You want to make sure there's enough room for whatever you're frying to just kind of freely move around. For me, I'm going to cook a dozen wings at a time, but depending on the size of the pot you're using, you could add more or less. Now, when it comes to frying, there's 3 gadgets that I highly recommend. One is the frying thermometer. It's also called a candy thermometer. This way, you can literally see the temperature of your frying oil. And right now, it's kind of going up past 350, so I'm going to lower my heat a little bit, because if your frying oil is too hot, then it'll burn the outside but not cook the inside. Now, if it's too low of a temperature, your food won't actually fry. It'll just be steaming in this soggy oil, and that is the last thing you want to taste when you're frying food. Second item that I would highly recommend is this cooling rack, so that when you take your fried food out, you want that to properly drop any excess oil. And then the third thing that I highly recommend is a mesh ladle, and I'll show you why in a little bit. But if you have these 3 gadgets, you're pretty good when it comes to frying. You're gonna be like really happy with your ability to make delicious, crispy, whatever frying food that you're making at home. Now it's also important to kind of occasionally move the chicken wings around so they don't fry sticking together. The wings will take about 6 to 8 minutes depending on how fat your chicken wings are. And once it's done, you'll also see the wings floating. Just like now, it's floating. If you plan on making lots and lots of wings for your family or friends, cook it about to here. Take it out, and then when you're ready to serve this, then fry it again for another 5 minutes, and it'll just come out really crispy. But if you're gonna eat it right away, I'm gonna let this continue cooking. So altogether, anywhere from like 12 to 15 minutes, or until you see this beautiful golden color. This beautiful golden color means it's extra crispy and super yum. It's gonna be so good, you know it. There's gonna be a lot of fights among my children today over who gets more wings and the other person doesn't. Do you have kids at home and they like literally have World War III over food? Oh boy. All right, so let's take these out. A mesh ladle, like I said earlier, and here's the part that unfortunately many frying recipe videos forget to mention, but it is so critical because you need to use this to scoop up all the residue, because if you don't do this, what you're going to do is when you add your second batch of fry, this stuff is going to continue frying and turn black. And you're gonna have specks of black stuff on your second fry, and nobody wants that. It's really no bueno. No bueno. We are now ready for our second batch. Our fried chicken's ready. So make sure to cool these down before you taste one, but you know, somebody has to do some quality control. So I will volunteer and taste one. Ooh, this looks really good. Super crunchy and crispy, as you can hear. So you could eat these wings as is right now because there's enough seasoning in it that it's so good. And you could also just serve them as is and put the sauces on the side and dip it and eat it like that too. Really, really yummy. Be careful, because if you have little hands in your house, these might kind of disappear on you. No! All right, fine, you could have one, but you can't tell your brothers, okay? Now to make our 2 sauces, one is the garlicky, tangy, and salty, and just finger licking good sauce. And the second sauce is that plus added spiciness. It's so good, it's so good. To make those 2 sauces, we need the following ingredients. Make sure to have everything ready because this is going to be done in a matter of a few minutes, including some hot water. Have to taste what you make, right? Just to make sure you like it the way you like it. This is hot. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. I don't know why I'm whispering. It's so good. If you want your sauce to be sweeter, add more brown sugar. You want it to be saltier, add some salt. You want it to be extra tangy, add a little more vinegar. But for me, this is perfectly balanced, so I'm really happy with it. So that's our non-spicy sauce. And here's another batch of the same exact thing as this that I made earlier for our spicy sauce. Everything is exactly the same, except we're gonna add 2 more ingredients, which is 2 tablespoons of ketchup, a tablespoon of gochujang. Gochujang is fermented red pepper paste. So I'm going to turn this off, and of course you're going to have to taste this one too, because spicy level and sweetness and saltiness is very, very personal. Oh, it's so good. Oh, okay, now I feel the spiciness. It's like, ooh, the back of my hair is getting a little sweaty. You want to make this spicier? You could certainly add more gochujang, or you could add some choyang 후춧가루, which is Korean red pepper flakes, but it's the spicier version. And the Korean red pepper flakes that we use to make kimchi is not really spicy, but this one is spicier. If you don't have this, you could use cayenne pepper. Now you want to take it to another level of serious spiciness. I would take some fresh jalapenos, take out the seeds, chop it up and add it right now. That will take it to another level of super, super spiciness. So. And I made another batch of chicken wings for our spicy sauce. Here we go. It's food aromatherapy right now. It smells vinegary, tangy, sweet, salty, and garlicky all in one. Oh, so yummy smelling. I hear you. What to do with this excess sauce? Resist the temptation to pour this on top of your chicken wings because that will just make the wings soggy. So instead, ta-da, add French fries. Ta-da, look, French fries tossed in this delicious sauce. Nope, we don't like to waste anything, especially if it tastes yummy, folks. I know. Just eat it by yourself or only share it with people you love. All right, it's time to taste before all the wings keep on disappearing, right?
Yeah.
So many hands came by and just like took in the, now we don't have that much left.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's dig in. Which one do you want to try first? Non-spicy one first?
I'll try the non-spicy one first.
Okay, here you go. Here's mine. Okay. You gotta just pick it up with your hands and eat it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Mm.
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 Mm. Kind of speechless, huh?
Mm.
This is one of those things where I want to be left alone. It's so delicious. Please do not disturb me kind of deliciousness. Oh, and the sauce is just, oh.
Tangy.
I just want to lick my finger like on camera, but I won't do it. But you could, you're a little kid if you want. Or actually don't do it. Wipe your hands. Okay. I want to try the spicy one.
Ooh.
You ready?
Spicy.
I think you could handle it because mommy didn't make it that spicy.
Yay.
All right, so hold on. Let's do a cheers. Cheers! Mm. Mm. Yeah, it's one of those things where you don't want to wear lipstick either because every lick of the sauce is not going to go to waste. Oh.
Mm.
Is it spicy for you?
Not too much. It's tangy, but also sweet, and the chicken is juicy and warm.
Mm.
Mm.
Did mommy tell you to say all those things?
No.
He doesn't listen to me anyway, right? Boy, oh boy. I don't know. They're both so good. If you have to pick one, which one?
I gotta go with the spicy one.
Oh, for me, I don't know. I would pick both. They're both so uniquely so yummy, right?
It's like a trick question.
It's a trick question.
Which one do you take? The spicy one or the non-spicy one? I'll take both of them.
You know what you say? Yes and yes. That's what you say. Okay, now we're gonna taste our chicken mu. So chicken mu is not only a palate cleanser, but it kind of cools down your mouth from anything spicy, like the spicy sauce. Mm. This is so addictive. Like this, you just could eat it all day and night, literally. So check out my Korean fried chicken video where I teach you how to fry the entire bird. And that video recipe includes how to make this chicken mu, which is insanely easy to make. All you need is just 2 days of fermenting it in the refrigerator. Really yum, huh? All right, so should we stop now and share the rest of the wings with the rest of the family? What do you think?
Trick question, no.
Trick question, no! And when you have Korean fried chicken, you gotta have some beer with it. Must be of legal age to consume alcohol wherever you live. US is 21 and older. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Sorry, I had to take like 5 gulps. Chicken and beer, I don't know. It's not even Friday, but it feels like Friday. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for watching. And if you enjoyed watching today's video, please click on that thumbs up icon and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. 여러분 오늘 재밌게 보셨으면 꼭 좋아하는 버튼 눌러주세요. 감사합니다. Alright folks, I will see you in my next video.